Watch this entire video if you want to make money in this Tuesday night NIT Final Four. Now, guys, I know it's not the NCAA tournament, but these are some high-quality teams in this Final Four of this NIT matchup. A lot of people say it stands for National Invitational Tournament. A lot of people say it stands for not in the tournament, but it doesn't actually stand for that. But that is really what it is. It's the top teams that didn't make it to the main NCAA tournament, and some of the teams that are left in this Final Four were considered snubs. So watch this whole video if you want to see who we like in these two games: Utah versus Indiana State and Georgia versus Seton Hall. Now, one thing I will tell you guys, if you follow us and you watch the podcasts, the OSB podcast that I do with the guys over at the OSB team and the SM Picks team, that's where I'm going to be breaking down the regular tournament games. So if you want these NIT suckers, it's this video right here, right now. Guys, it's baseball season. By the way, I know I haven't really done many of these longer form videos. I've been doing a lot of the shorts, just testing out some different stuff. But now that baseball season is here, now that we're approaching the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs, I will be doing some more videos like this, and so will Billy the Beard. He'll be back soon. So digging into this first game, Utah versus Indiana State. This is an interesting matchup, but this one's probably, of the two games that we're looking at today, this is probably the easier one for me, and it's probably the one that I'm going to go a little bit bigger on as far as bet size goes. You got Utah. They are a Pac-12 team, so yes, they do have a stronger schedule than Indiana State, but they were under 50% winning in the Pac-12. That's not very good. Indiana State, on the other hand, yes, they're not in as good of a conference, but they were 31-6 in the regular season. They were the number one shooting team in the country. They lost in their conference tournament to Drake. Drake made it to the tournament. They did not. So that's all interesting stuff here. But Indiana State still the number one shooting team in the country. In their last game, and that's just shooting overall field goals. From the free throw line, they shot 21 of 27 from the line in their last game. This is a quality team that can score. And as the favorite in their last 31 games, they are 21-11. Utah, on the other hand, in their last game, they were 5 of 10 from the line. This is big for me here, especially in covering spreads. Free throw shooting is so important, especially smaller spreads like 2, 3, 4, 5. Utah, 65% from the line on the year. They're a bad neutral site and an away team. From a neutral site or in an away game, they are 2-10 against the spread in their last 12. At home, they're 16-1 straight up. So when they're not at home, they don't play well. They are a little bit bigger than Indiana State, maybe a little bit quicker than Indiana State, but Indiana State can score, can shoot, and they're going to cover that spread. That spread has moved to 4 now. I'm buying this one back to 3, maybe even 2.5. I'm laying 130 and locking it in strong. Now, that's my play. Indiana State minus 2.5 or 3, depending what you can get it at. I'd like to keep the juice around 130, 135. Now you got Georgia versus Seton Hall. This is a game that I'm just going to really look at one number that's really, for me, the number that means a lot. And it's the fact that the money line on this game has not really moved much at all. The line on this game has moved slightly, okay, but not as much as you would expect for 90% of the public being on Seton Hall. So I'm looking at the money line here, and it's it's not really moving as much as you think. Like the Seton Hall money line, the Indiana State money line is moving like 20 points. This money line's moving like maybe 5 to 10, with much more of the public being on this game. Here's what I'm looking at. Georgia entered this NIT tournament losing 12 of its last 15. That's why they're not in the main tournament. They just crumbled at the end of the year. But they're 13-12 in their last 15 against non-conference opponents. And here's the big number for me. Seton Hall is 1-8 in their last 9 games against the spread in the first half. Georgia has won their last 6 first halves against the spread. Full game, this is tough for me, but I'm looking at a 3-point first half spread for Georgia, maybe 2.5 points. I'm taking Georgia as the first half dog in this game. I don't think they're going to win the game necessarily. I think Seton Hall will find a way to win this game, but I'm looking at this game to be tied, 1-point, 2-point game at halftime, and I'm going with Georgia plus the 2.5 or plus the 3. First half, lock that in. That's 2 right there. Like I said, make sure you watch the OSB podcast that I will be guest hosting in a couple of days. We will be recapping the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. We will be giving predictions for the Final Four, and we will be talking about how to bet baseball, along with having a guest that's going to be talking about the Pillow Fighting League. It's going to be very interesting. Lock and load it, guys. Lock it and clock it. I'm a little rusty on these videos. I haven't done them in a while. I love you guys, and I will see you soon, probably in the short, maybe in another long. Maybe you'll be seeing Billy the Beard before me. I'm not sure yet. I will see you soon. Love you guys. Take care.